watching Studio 10. Now, Instagram is an incredibly popular social media site, but for our next guest, it actually helped save her life. Antonia Erickson used her Instagram account to document her recovery from anorexia, and through the power of social media, she told her story to the world. She's now recovered and joins us live from Stockholm. Antonia, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Your Instagram photos certainly tell a story. We saw a very sick girl who did claw her way back. I mean, what inspired you to start this account?
Well, I'd seen this network of support that was on Instagram. All these girls who had problems, all kinds of problems like depression and self-harm and eating disorders. And they always supported each other. And it was like a family. When people had a hard time, you would write to your Instagram family and they would support you. And when I was put in hospital, I really felt I needed to be a part of that support system. So I created an account to connect with people who knew what I was feeling, people who actually understood what I was going through.
Antonia, often we blame Instagram for a lot of very negative images that it sends out, but in fact yours are positive. What would you like to say to other young girls who are going through a similar situation to what you were going through?
Well, when it comes to eating disorders, I think it's really important to understand that it has nothing to do with food and weight and numbers, really. It's a psychological illness, and when people are depressed, they blame their anxiety on food. And it's really important to find the root of the problem and dare to search for help and get healthy.
Antonia, the internet and social media in particular can also be a very cruel place. Were you worried that you might get expose yourself to some of the nastiness that is often out there? And did you find there were any trolls or any sort of other associated scumbags who were quite cruel or tried to hinder your efforts?
Well, I was affected a lot by like thinspo accounts and stuff when I was sick, before I was put in hospital and started my recovery process. And when I went into recovery, I decided to delete all those accounts and just focus on the healthy ones. But I have had a few comments that have been a bit negative. People have said things like, oh, you're not that skinny, or oh, wow, you've gotten fat fast, and things like that. But it doesn't happen very often. It's once in a while. Most of the comments are really positive, and most of the time it's just a great support. But of course there are people, there are mean people around, always.
Just for everyone out there, Thinspo, there are actually these whole communities on Instagram who hashtag Thinspo and Anna, and basically it's a community for pro-anorexics to share their kind of very depraved kind of support for each other and that thinness and illness. And Antonia, do you look back over the pictures and kind of get surprised about how far you've actually come?
Yeah, sometimes. I go back once in a while and I'll look at my journey just from beginning to end and just feel what I've accomplished and how amazing it is, and how crazy it is that it ever got that far, and how much I love life today and love being healthy.
Antonia, I was reading your story, and I noticed you say that it's not, you don't answer people, you don't like to talk about losing weight anymore. That this is not an issue that should be, about weight.
No, when I talk about health, I don't talk about numbers. Health has nothing to do with numbers. It's always about losing a kilo here or eating this many calories there, and health has nothing to do with that. I mean, I know I weigh a lot more than my goal weight when I was sick, and I'm very comfortable with that because I know that my body is happy and healthy, and I don't care what I weigh then. I mean, weight has nothing to do with being healthy, and it's a common misunderstanding, and it's really sad because it's easy to get addicted to numbers, and it becomes what defines you as a person, and it shouldn't be like that. I mean, you're beautiful whether you weigh 500 kilos or 5 kilos.
Looking at you now, it's very hard to believe that when you started your treatment, you got down as low as 38 kilos.
Gosh.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. It feels like, anyway, even if it's only about 15 months ago, but it feels like another life.
You look so fantastic, though.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, the health is just radiating from your face, Antonia. What a brave young woman you are, and what good you're using your Instagram account to sort of push out into the world. It's fantastic. Thank you very much for joining us. We do appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And if you feel you might need help with an eating disorder, you can contact the Butterfly Foundation for support. Okay, it is time to say goodbye to our very special guest panellist.
No.
How quickly did that go? Please thank Emma Chow, everyone. Come back and do a soon, pop it.
I will.